This weekend in Los Angeles, 8 people, 4 seriously wounded, half of them in gang-related. Everything from turf battles to drug deals gone bad. A normal weekend. Statistics treated like a box score. A week ago, the gangland carnage claimed 12 victims. Another normal weekend. The gang's body count continues at an even higher rate than last year, but except in the ghetto itself, the killings now produce few headlines and no outrage.
I think the community, the general population, has come to expect it. And in the worst case, they think that we'll let them kill each other.
Last year, it was different. The gangs had done the unthinkable, dared to venture into the backyard of the general population, killing a woman in the affluent, mostly white community of Westwood. The result, police conducted massive sweeps. Thousands of suspected gang members were arrested and their crack confiscated. It became one of the biggest news stories of the year, receiving national attention.
The media really dramatized the young lady in Westwood, and they should have. And then on the other hand, when you have these day by day in South Central, well, it's a way of life and it's not newsworthy.
1988 became the year Los Angeles vowed to reclaim its streets, but the year ended with another record, 452 gang-related killings.
Maybe at that time there was 100,000 gang members in LA. That's a lot of gang members. And what, a few thousand police? Think about it, right? Let those numbers sink in. The numbers are probably much bigger nowadays. 100,000 gangsters, a few thousand cops, huh? But Crash, ruthless bunch. They knew what they were dealing with, so they had to match the energy of the streets. And the Crash department ended up having a reputation, for lack of better words. A not so good reputation at times. They would bust a head or two to get some answers, right? It may be spray paint on your face if they caught you graffitiing a mural. You guys remember that part in the movie?
We could take you to jail for this. I got a little plan. Maybe we can work something out. You ever heard of Earl Scheib, Holmes? Enough of that shit. Which I done put masking tape on his ears.
So they were a pretty wild bunch, man. Now let's talk about the plot of the movie. So I guess so it starts. So none of these gangs really exist in real life, right? CRlP DEVILLE doesn't exist. The Bloods, they didn't really say what Bloods said they were from, but then we did have 21st Street, which was the Hispanic, the Latino homies. None of those gangs really exist, but there were areas, they were filmed in areas where gangs really were hanging out. So I'm sure they had to get some sort of permission. They went to, there's a famous, I don't know what to call it, but there's a famous area where one of the oldest Hispanic gangs hangs out, White Fence. And they did a whole scene right there where Hodges and Sean Penn, I can't think of their names off the top, pull up. And they're like, hey, you guys seen any gangsters, man? And then they're like, nah, we ain't seen any gangsters. Y'all see any gangsters? Nah, they're all looking at each other. Actually, it's a very humorous scene.
Nice ride, man.
Yeah, I just what's happening?
Not much. You still smoking that P? Make you stupid, man.
Nah, I don't f with juice. This is weed.
But that's right there. It's White Fence. I mean, there were certain areas where they were filming right in the hood, man. And that's another thing that intrigued me about this movie was I remember looking at the movie like, oh, that looks like where I live. And some of it was filmed in Long Beach, as a matter of fact. And I think I remember the specific part where I saw it. It was just a quick flash, but I think it was like a Payless shoe store or something. Something popped up, and I was like, oh, I think that's Long Beach. Probably not around to this day, but I remember as a kid, like, that looks like Long Beach. But they called Sean Penn Pac-Man. Pac-Man. Hey, Pac-Man. Oh, I used to love Homegirl. Maria Conchita.
What's the matter with you, Pac-Man? Huh? What's the matter with you, man? Hey. Hey, Pac-Man. Hey. Hey, Pac-Man. Hey, man. Hey.
Beautiful. I just want you to know that you're my favorite girl. Maria Conchita, I used to like her. She ended up doing comedy, and she was not that bad. You want me, Pac-Man? All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Go back, rewind. The beginning of the movie. You know, we see the cops getting ready to hit the mean streets, right? They're giving them the speech. All right, guys, go out there, give it your best. Don't eat too many donuts, get to work, blah, 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 right? So they head out, boom, and then it cuts to a nighttime scene. And off top, we are introduced to CRlP DEVILLE. Dun, 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 dun. Said the rocket don't smoke and the rocket don't joke. Yo, rocket, but the cap on the nigga.
Say rocket's gonna pop it and no one's gonna stop it. Look what I got to rock it nuts.
Like the damn show.
We like to get high so a nigga can die. Check it out, that is our job. And if you think we're the Crips, well, you hit it on the knob.
So they're in the van, hitting some Sherm. Sherm is PCP, for my friends out there who don't know what Sherm is. Basically, it's like a cat tranquilizer type of deal where you hit it once, you kind of never go the same again. Like it was a bad thing. It was bad back in the day, and it smells. I remember getting a whiff, not because I ever even tried it or would even try it, but I remember getting a whiff of it because someone else in the neighborhood was hitting it, and I remember asking, "What is that smell?" And someone said, "Man, that's Sherm."
Abuse of the animal tranquilizer PCP by young people around the nation looking to get high is a growing problem. And today, as Rita Braver reports, experts met to try to spread the word about PCP, that for many users, when the bad trip is over, the nightmare is just beginning.
And drug enforcement analysts say PCP, or angel dust, is a national trend, up in New York and Los Angeles and other cities too. The nation's hospital emergency room warning system shows a 60% increase in PCP episodes from 1981 to 1983, and still rising. PCP is easy to make, just some buckets and chemicals that can be easily bought and mixed almost anywhere.
Gorilla P is what they call it. But they're in a van, getting ready to go do a lick on the enemies. Who are the enemies? The B-side.
I'm at a crossroads every damn day, looking back in my past when I sleep, but living on the edge, not doing enough.